show that's 3 dimensions away from Jedi Survivor not having any glitches on the PC. I'm your host, 3D Jake, and today we're looking at Jedi Survivor. Happy May the 4th, everyone, I must say. And I must say, I really wanted to review a movie, but tomorrow I will review Friday Attack of the Clones, but today I really wanted to review this game because I've been playing this game since I got it last week, and I just beaten it, and I've been waiting to, because it takes a while to beat, so I've been just like, I really wanted to get through it, so that here it is. Here's the official review. I won't go into deep spoilers because I know a lot of people are still playing the game and have not got there yet, and so I want to be respectful to them, but I will, minor spoilers, but not a lot. So I'm not gonna spoil like the main, who dies or like the main bad guy and stuff like that. I will just give some minor vague spoilers. But here it is. Star Wars Jedi Survivor is developed by Respawn, who developed the Jedi Fallen Order. The game is directed by Stig Abmazoon. Hope you're pronouncing your name right. Written by Aaron Contest and stars once again Cameron Monaghan, Deborah Wilson, Daniel Roebuck, and Tina Advira. And this newcomer, and also the game has a newcomer, Cody Fern, who you may know from American Horror Story. This game takes place 5 years after the events of Jedi Fallen Order. And the game essentially, I would say, is, it still focuses on Cal Kestis. And basically it's like him doing his own thing with BD1. And they're just going around and, exploring the galaxy. And then, of course, they come across these, I want to say bounty hunters, but they're not really bounty hunters. I want to say they're mostly gangster smugglers, and so basically it comes across them, and then of course one thing leads to another where they're on a mission for something, and it's a unique experience. I really like this game. This game has a great story, I feel like, because it's great seeing everyone from the first game back, and you get to see, and it also introduces us to new characters in this game, and I forget the guy's name, who's kind of like, kind of reminds me of Cobb Vann from The Mandalorian. It kind of reminds me of that. He wears a red, he has a jetpack, and he wears red, and he's such a cool character, and he's like your buddy. I kind of like that. I think he was a great character. And I also enjoy, this new, they also bring in some new other characters, because they have lots of side quests and side stories that you can do and recruit them, and you can also just do all kind of cool stuff. I will say the villain of this game, I'm not going to reveal who it is, but the villain is really good. I think their backstory is really well done. I mean, I always liked in the first game, which I have not reviewed that game on this channel yet, but I will, Jedi Fallen Order. The Inquisitors in the first game I thought were really well done. I really liked the Inquisitor aspect of the story. I kind of missed it here, although they do have at the beginning of the game like a little something. I'm not going to say what it is, but if you miss the Inquisitors, you'll see if there's something at the beginning, I'm just saying, that I think that you'll be really happy with. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. I also really like that, we got Coruscant. We got a lot of cool maps. What's the planet called? Kobar is the biggest planet in the game where you go around. There's all kind of things you can do in this, and it's mostly, I spend a lot of time hunting for outfits in the game, and I spend a lot of time in the game just looking around for customization so I can customize Cal. Obviously, when you unlock the game, when you get to Kobar, you get to customize it. And also, I bought the hairstyle in the game because you can go to a vendor and buy stuff. You collect these shards. I went and I bought his Obi-Wan, Anakin Skywalker hairstyle, and then I just gave him Obi-Wan's beard, and I'm just he looks just like Obi-Wan from Attack of the Clone. And so I just been walking the Obi-Wan hermit outfit because I pre-ordered and bought the deluxe edition. And so I just been walking around dressed like Obi-Wan Kenobi with Anakin's saber, and just been just constantly just fighting, and also there's a lot of cool stuff in the customization. The story is pretty great though. I really like the story. I think it has a lot of interesting character twists and turns. I will say, the ending, I feel like I like the story ending on the first one better, but I feel like this is a really strong story, and it's much bigger world. It's a much bigger story compared to the first one. It feels like much smaller scale. This one has a much bigger scale story, so that's one thing I like more, that has a bigger scale story. And I really like that aspect of it compared to this one. But I still think the first game had a better ending compared to the second game's ending. The gameplay, I will say, I had a ton of fun with the gameplay. It's still the same where you could traversal through hub worlds and I really like that aspect that I can go, to like different planets once I unlock them, and just go and search for chests or do the story, which I did the story first, and then I went, and I like that I can go back and just search for chests and everything, and because there's some things that you have to unlock abilities to get, like there's like this little shield box that you have to shoot like a BD1 dart at it, and then you can unlock the box later. And so I'm like, what does this do? And so that's what I like. And then you have to unlock a lot of skill sets. Like you could go these little green little like these green little shield things. You have to unlock that ability to float through them. And so there's just different things about it that you have to unlock, and that's what I did. I really did that just to unlock it because I really wanted to, so I can get more customization outfits. And there's a lot of that stuff to do. You can also like the skills in the lightsaber trees. The skill trees is much bigger. There's more to do with you get the cross guard, but you have to unlock it. You have to advance to the story to unlock it. You also get a lot of action. There's a lot of side quests and stuff you can do in the game where if you if you go and recruit these people, then they'll come play at your bandit. This bar that Daniel Roebuck's character from the first game owns. He has a bar, and then also you can use that. You can also go around collecting stuff, and also you can recruit people for fishing, so you can put fish in this aquarium, or you can unlock, kill these creatures like a rancor, and then you can scan them, and then you can use them on like a table that they used in the original trilogy to play chess. You can use that table that's in the game, and you have to unlock it, which is really cool once you unlock all this, because you get to do more advanced stuff. And once you unlock the customization colors and everything, I really like that aspect. The graphics are fantastic. The graphics are just good. There is an option where you can go for more of a game stability or resolution. I chose the resolution because I want it to look good. I know the performance or resolution. I chose for resolution because I thought I wanted to look better than the performance. But so the performance really has been pretty good. I have not had issues with the performance. I will discuss the performance in a second though on PC. But I will say the graphics look really great. I will think it looks even better than Fallen Order. I think it looks massive to see these beautiful sand planets. Just sometimes I just want to take a breath. I was walking around on on the moon, this moon planet, and just looking how beautiful and how deep. Just even looking at the sky on Kobo and like the just at night. Just oh my god, it's just so beautiful. That's what just made me like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. Walking around Coruscant is beautiful too, and I really kind of wish Coruscant was not linear. It's more linear than the other maps. Like a lot of the other maps, I would say the moon and Coruscant are more linear, while like Kobo and Jeddah are more like open. Because there are some the whole game's hub worlds, but they're bigger hub worlds. Like Koba is the biggest hub world, while Jeddah and also the second biggest, and then there's other ones that are like more linear, where it's just more for like you gotta traverse through there, which that's fine because I mean that's what they promised. The Easter eggs in the game are fantastic. Like there's lots of cool things. Like there's battle droids, there's stormtroopers, there's bounty hunters. There's even a cool nod. There's a villain that looks just like Luke Starkiller from George Lucas' original concept. That if you fight with has a lightsaber, that when you fight him, it's in the game and it's like way in the game. But when you first come across him, it's like he has the gas mask on that Luke Starkiller, George Lucas' original concept for Luke Skywalker, and it has the lightsaber. I'm like, oh my god, that's such a great attention to detail in the game. And also, there's lots of Stormtrooper helmets, and you can even, your outfits that you unlock have Stormtrooper as patterns. There's even like a Clone Commander outfit that you can unlock, and there's also like, you can customize the color of them. It's not like clone like 100% where you get the helmet and all that, but it's just like clone, clone scavengers in a way. And like you can get a clone commander shirt, and, just different things like that. I really appreciate the attention to detail, and there's lots of cool things. You hear the Who's song from the first game in the game. You can also hear like there's lots of cool Easter eggs and nods to the original trilogy. There's lots of cool droids and stormtroopers and different things about this, and you also just hear all these cool stuff and see familiar characters in the game, and that's what I love. I love it feels like a Star Wars game. And you have cool lightsabers, like, oh, this is this person's lightsaber, this is this person, this is this character over here, and just really, really great attention to detail that I really love. And I love the open world aspect of it, to where I can walk around, explore, and the only thing I do hate though is that when you kill, because in the original game when you rest, that would just respawn the enemies. Well, turns out if you leave it at the planet and come back, those enemies just respawn on their own. So either way, you're stuck with them, so you might as well just rest. And also, if you turn the game off, I learned if you turn the game off and you turn the game back on, your health bar just fills up. That's something I learned. Yeah, the things I disliked about the game was the linear Coruscant. Because I just felt like Coruscant. I wanted to go to the Jedi Temple, which is now the Sith, which is now the Empire's temple, and I wanted to go to the Senate build and stuff. But instead, we go to the underground, and the underground is more very linear. It feels almost like Star Killer based in the first game. Just like it's very linear, and even though Star Killer is not in the game, but it's like the ice planet that would become Star Killer based in Force Awakens, essentially. And the easy boss battles, like I played on story mode because I'm a pussy, because I go for the story, I don't want to, be on the hardest mode and die like 20 times. I'd rather I want to enjoy the game. I don't want to try to the game to be extremely challenging. So when I play the game, I easily fought the boss battles, and I had friends who played it who were like playing it, and they're like, these boss battles are very easy, and they were playing on the hardest mode possible. So I mean, I've not had one person that said, oh, the boss battles are pretty hard, but I was just something that's a little nitpick. And as for the PC, I understand the PC aspects of it. People on PC were having issues with the game. I have not had any issues because I don't own the PC. I don't have the PC version. I've been playing on PS5, and so I have not seen I have only had 2 issues with my game so far. I have not had that, which I had one where when you're on the ship and when you're jumping different planets, like you don't see the the little your time you're traveling in the warp speed. Instead, you're just it's just staring at a moon, and then apparently it says, okay, you come sit down, you're at the planet. I'm like, really? We didn't even travel in space. I guess it's just a glitch on there, and it's happened 3 or 4 times with that where you're fast traveling. And sometimes when he's wearing a cape or something, start being flickering, and just like that. Or one time when I was looking, running around Kobo exploring, my game dropped once. What froze up and dropped, and so that was the only time. But they did a patch the next day, so that really didn't really fix it. But that fixed the game drop. But as for it's still doing the flickering and when you drop to planets. It still has that. I wish they'd fix that. And also, the game doesn't offer a lot of help when it comes to jumping, because there's times where I've died just trying to jump across and use the force to swing across things. And then there's one point where you're on there's a giant beam that you're supposed to jump down and use your lightsaber with. And I did not know you had to use it. I had to go watch a YouTube video to figure out how to do that, because I'm like, where am I supposed to jump to? There's nothing to jump to. And it turns out you're supposed to jump there and use your lightsaber to slide down it. I did not know that aspect of it. I wish somebody would have told me. But yeah, that was my only nitpicks for the game. I really enjoy this game. In fact, I'm going to go play it after this. It's a fun game. I really enjoy it. And I figured since May the 4th, I really wanted to do a review, but I wanted to do review Friday for Attack of the Clones. So I figured today I just reviewed Jedi Survivor. It's a fun game. There's a lot of great villains in the game. There's a lot of cool stuff. There's a great boss battle, that at the end that I thought was just perfect. Even though it was very easy to beat, I thought it was perfect. The game's really fun. It feels very much the closest to an open world Star Wars game, that's not like Lego Star Wars. And so I feel like this is the perfect Star Wars game if you want to play a Star Wars game and feel like you're in an open world setting. Although you have to probably advance more. So I would say once you beat the game, you get pretty much the hype of travel. Although when I played the game, I didn't really have that issue. I didn't really have the issue of jumping to I could literally. There's times where I didn't, I just, didn't focus on the story, and I just went and just explored and did whatever. And so it's fine. You can do that. You don't have to just advance. The first game, I felt like I had to go through the whole story before I could go and explore. While in this game, I feel like I could just do it. I didn't have to worry about exploring to really get to And so that's what I really liked about this game. If I had to give this game a grade, just on my experience alone, I would give it a solid 9 out of 10. I would have gave it a 9.5 out of 10, but when the game dropped and that one thing, and also not offering help, I feel like 9 out of 10 is perfect in my opinion. But thank you so much for watching. I'm going to have a review for Attack of the Clone tomorrow, so if you can, just follow. And so glad that you enjoyed this gaming review. Let me know if you want me to do more in the comment section below. Thank you.